Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a night you won't soon forget. Tonight, we're diving into the digital darkness, exploring the top 10 scariest moments caught on livestream. In an age where almost anyone can broadcast their life to the world, sometimes the world looks back, and what it shows us can be truly terrifying. These aren't just stories whispered around a campfire or urban legends passed down through generations. These are real moments, captured in real time, with thousands of viewers watching as the unexplainable, the dangerous, and the downright chilling unfolded live on screen. Some of these moments have become infamous, replayed, and analyzed frame by frame, while others slipped under the radar, only to be rediscovered by those brave enough to dig through the archives. Tonight, we're counting down the most bone-chilling, heart-stopping, and unforgettable live stream scares ever caught on camera. So, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and let's begin our descent into the unknown. Number 10. The Shadow in the Background. Our countdown begins with a moment that proves sometimes the scariest things are the ones you don't notice at first. In 2018, a popular gaming streamer known as Kayla Plays was in the middle of a late-night session, chatting with her viewers and laughing at her own clumsy gameplay. The room behind her was dimly lit, just a few posters on the wall and a door slightly ajar. For nearly an hour, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But then, as Kayla leaned forward to read a donation message, the chat exploded. "Did you see that? There's someone behind you. Check your door." Kayla, confused, glanced over her shoulder, but saw nothing. She laughed it off, assuming her viewers were just trying to spook her. But the clip quickly went viral. When slowed down, you can see a dark, human-shaped shadow slip past the open door, pausing for just a second before vanishing out of sight. Kayla later confirmed she was home alone that night. Police were called, but no one was found in the house. To this day, she refuses to stream with her door open, and the clip remains one of the most replayed moments in her channel's history. Was it a prowler, a trick of the light, or something else entirely? The uncertainty is what makes it so chilling. Number 9. The Uninvited Guest. Next up is a moment that blurs the line between prank and real danger. In 2020, a small group of friends were hosting a charity livestream from a rented cabin in the woods. The mood was light, the jokes were flying, and the donations were pouring in. But as the night wore on, viewers began to notice something strange. Every so often, a face would appear in the window behind the group, just for a split second, barely visible in the reflection of the glass. At first, the streamers thought it was one of their friends playing a joke. But when they did a head count, everyone was accounted for. The tension in the room grew as the chat became more frantic, urging them to check outside. Finally, one of the hosts grabbed a flashlight and stepped out onto the porch, the camera following. What they found was a set of muddy footprints leading away from the window and into the darkness of the woods. The group ended the stream early, visibly shaken. Later, they learned that a man had escaped from a nearby correctional facility just hours before their broadcast. The realization that they'd been watched, possibly stalked, by a fugitive while thousands looked on in real time is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Number 8. The Disappearing Child. Some moments are scary not because of what you see, but because of what you don't. In 2017, a family in Japan was live streaming their evening routine, cooking dinner, helping with homework, the usual slice of life content. Their young daughter, maybe 5 or 6 years old, was playing in the background, occasionally running up to the camera to make silly faces. At one point, she darts out of frame, giggling. The parents continue chatting with their viewers, answering questions and sharing stories. But after a few minutes, someone in the chat asks, "Where's your daughter?" The parents look around, calling her name. No answer. They searched the apartment, growing more frantic as the minutes tick by. The entire search is broadcast live, the tension mounting with every passing second. Finally, after nearly half an hour, they find her, hiding in a closet, fast asleep, completely unaware of the panic she'd caused. While the story has a happy ending, the raw fear and helplessness on the parents' faces, shared with thousands of viewers in real time, is unforgettable. It's a reminder that sometimes the scariest moments are the ones that hit closest to home. Number 7. The Haunted Hospital Stream. Urban exploration has become a popular genre on livestream platforms, with thrill seekers venturing into abandoned buildings and forgotten places, hoping to capture something extraordinary. In 2019, a duo known as Ghost Seekers decided to spend the night in an abandoned hospital rumored to be haunted. Armed with flashlights, cameras, and a healthy dose of skepticism, they began their stream by exploring the crumbling hallways and empty wards. For the first hour, nothing much happened, just the usual creaks and groans of an old building settling. But then, as they entered the old operating theater, the temperature seemed to drop. Their breath became visible in the air, and the chat began to pick up on strange noises, whispers, footsteps, the distant sound of a child crying. Suddenly, one of the cameras cut out, replaced by static. When it came back online, the other streamer was gone. The remaining host called out, searching the darkened corridors, his voice echoing off the peeling walls. After several minutes of frantic searching, the missing streamer reappeared, dazed and confused, claiming to have no memory of where he'd been. The stream ended abruptly, and the pair later admitted they'd never returned to that hospital. Whether it was a technical glitch, a prank, or something truly supernatural, the fear in their voices was all too real. Number 6. The Intruder on Camera. Not all live stream scares are supernatural. Sometimes, the real world is far more terrifying. In 2021, a popular lifestyle vlogger named Mia was hosting a Q&A session from her apartment. The stream was casual, with Mia answering questions about her daily routine, favorite books, and plans for the weekend. Her viewers, mostly young adults and teens, were engaged and lively in the chat. About 40 minutes into the stream, Mia got up to grab a glass of water, leaving the camera running. As she walked out of frame, the chat continued to scroll, but then something changed. A figure appeared in the background, moving quietly through the hallway behind her. The chat exploded with warnings. "Mia, someone's in your house. Call the police. Get out." At first, Mia didn't see the messages. She returned to her seat, smiling, and continued answering questions, completely unaware of the danger lurking just a few feet away. The figure slipped back out of sight, and for a few tense minutes, nothing happened. Then, a loud crash echoed from the hallway. Mia jumped, her face draining of color as she realized something was wrong. She quickly ended the stream, and later posted an update explaining that she had called the police and was safe. The intruder was never caught, and the incident left her and her viewers shaken. The clip serves as a chilling reminder that when you broadcast your life to the world, you never know who might be watching. Number 5. The Unexplained Voice. Sometimes, it's not what you see, but what you hear that sends chills down your spine. In 2016, a small group of friends were streaming a late-night gaming session. The mood was light, with plenty of jokes and friendly banter. Suddenly, in the middle of a heated match, a strange voice cut through the audio. It was low, distorted, and completely out of place. "I see you," it whispered, barely audible over the game's sound effects. The friends froze, looking at each other in confusion. None of them recognized the voice, and it hadn't come from any of their microphones. The chat immediately picked up on it, replaying the clip and analyzing the audio. Some speculated it was a hacker, others thought it might be a glitch, but no one could explain how the voice had made its way into the stream. The group tried to laugh it off, but the mood had shifted. The rest of the session was tense, with everyone on edge, jumping at every unexpected sound. The clip became a minor internet legend, with countless theories but no definitive answers. Sometimes, the scariest moments are the ones that defy explanation. Number 4. The disappearing streamer. In 2015, a travel vlogger named Alex was live streaming his solo hike through the dense forests of Eastern Europe. The scenery was beautiful, with towering trees and sunlight filtering through the leaves. Alex was in high spirits, sharing stories and answering questions from his viewers as he navigated the winding trails. About 2 hours into the stream, Alex mentioned feeling like he was being watched. He laughed it off, attributing it to nerves and the isolation of the forest. But as the stream continued, viewers began to notice strange things in the background, shadows moving between the trees, the sound of footsteps echoing just out of sight. Alex grew increasingly uneasy, his jokes becoming forced. Suddenly, the camera shook violently, and Alex's voice was replaced by static. The stream went dark for several minutes before coming back online, showing only the empty forest floor. Alex was gone. Despite extensive searches and media coverage, he was never found. The final moments of his stream have been analyzed endlessly, with some claiming to see figures in the trees, others insisting it was all a hoax. But the fact remains, Alex vanished without a trace, and his last moments were witnessed by thousands in real time. Number 3. The poltergeist incident. Paranormal investigators have long used live streams to document their explorations, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. In 2022, a team known as Night Watch set up cameras in an abandoned Victorian mansion, rumored to be haunted by the ghost of its original owner. The team split up, each member exploring a different part of the house. The main camera focused on the grand staircase, a focal point for reported activity. For the first hour, nothing happened, just the usual creaks and groans of an old house. Then, without warning, the chandelier above the staircase began to sway violently, despite there being no wind or movement nearby. Doors slammed shut, objects flew off shelves, and a chilling, guttural laugh echoed through the halls. The team regrouped, visibly shaken, and decided to end the stream early. The footage was later analyzed by experts, who could find no logical explanation for the events. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the fear on the investigators' faces was unmistakable. The clip remains one of the most compelling pieces of alleged paranormal evidence ever captured on livestream. Number 2. The stalker reveal. For some streamers, the scariest moments come not from the supernatural, but from the all-too-real dangers of fame. In 2019, a popular beauty influencer named Jenna was hosting a makeup tutorial from her home studio. The stream was going smoothly, with Jenna chatting about her favorite products and answering questions from her fans. Suddenly, her phone buzzed with a series of text messages. At first, she ignored them, but the chat noticed her growing discomfort. Finally, Jenna read one of the messages aloud. "I'm outside your window." She laughed nervously, assuming it was a prank. But then, a loud bang echoed from the backyard, and the camera caught a shadowy figure moving past the window. Jenna's face went pale as she realized the threat was real. She ended the stream abruptly and called the police. The stalker was later arrested, but the incident left Jenna and her viewers deeply unsettled. The clip serves as a stark reminder of the dangers that come with sharing your life online. Number 1. The possession on stream. At the top of our list is a moment that has sparked endless debate, skepticism, and fear across the internet. In 2020, a small streamer known as Eli was hosting a late-night chat with his viewers. The stream was intimate, with Eli sharing personal stories and answering questions from his loyal community. As the night wore on, Eli began to act strangely. His speech slowed, his eyes seemed unfocused, and he started mumbling incoherently. At first, viewers thought he was just tired or perhaps under the influence. But then, things took a darker turn. Eli's body jerked violently, and he began speaking in a voice that was not his own, deeper, guttural, and filled with rage. The chat exploded with panic, urging him to stop, to get help, to call someone. Eli's face twisted into a grimace, and he began clawing at his own skin, screaming words that made no sense. The stream lasted for nearly 10 minutes before abruptly cutting to black. Eli later posted a message saying he had no memory of what happened and was seeking medical help. Some believe it was a mental health crisis. Others insist it was something supernatural. Whatever the truth, the raw terror and confusion captured live on camera is impossible to forget. It's a moment that blurs the line between reality and nightmare, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Honorable mentions, the ones that still haunt us. While our top 10 list covers the most infamous moments, there are countless other live stream scares that deserve mention. From unexplained noises in the dead of night to sudden power outages that leave streamers stranded in darkness, the world of live broadcasting is filled with moments that make your heart race and your skin crawl. One such incident involved a streamer who was playing a horror game when the lights in his apartment suddenly flickered and went out. The only illumination came from his computer screen, casting eerie shadows on the walls. As he fumbled for a flashlight, a loud crash echoed from the kitchen, followed by the unmistakable sound of footsteps. The chat watched in real time as the streamer investigated, only to find his front door wide open and no one in sight. He ended the stream immediately, later admitting he had never been so scared in his life. Another memorable moment came from a cooking streamer who was preparing dinner when a strange, disembodied voice whispered her name. She froze, knife in hand, as the chat erupted with warnings. The voice repeated, louder this time, and the streamer dropped her utensils and ran from the kitchen. The clip went viral, with viewers analyzing the audio and speculating about its origin. Was it a prank, a technical glitch, or something more sinister? The mystery remains unsolved. The psychology of fear in live streams. What is it about live stream scares that makes them so uniquely terrifying? Part of it is the immediacy, the knowledge that what you're seeing is happening in real time, with no chance for editing or special effects. There's a rawness to these moments, a sense of vulnerability that comes from sharing your life with the world. When something goes wrong, there's no script, no safety net, just the unfiltered reality of the moment. For viewers, this creates a powerful sense of empathy. You're not just watching a video, you're experiencing the fear alongside the streamer, feeling their panic, their confusion, their helplessness. There's also the communal aspect. Live streams are interactive, with viewers able to comment, warn, and even influence the outcome in real time. When something scary happens, the chat becomes a chorus of voices, some offering support, others making jokes, but all sharing in the experience. This collective fear can be contagious, amplifying the tension and making the moment even more intense. The aftermath, how streamers cope. For those who experience these terrifying moments, the aftermath can be just as challenging as the event itself. Many streamers report difficulty sleeping, increased anxiety, and a lingering sense of unease. Some take breaks from streaming, while others use their platforms to talk openly about their experiences, hoping to help others who might be struggling with similar fears. In some cases, the community rallies around the streamer, offering support and encouragement. In others, the incident becomes a source of endless speculation and debate, with viewers analyzing every frame for clues. But perhaps the most important lesson is this: live streaming, for all its excitement and connection, comes with real risks. Whether it's the threat of intruders, the unpredictability of the supernatural, or the simple terror of the unknown, sharing your life online means opening yourself up to the unexpected. And sometimes, the unexpected is more frightening than anything you could imagine. The power of the unseen. As we've seen tonight, the scariest moments aren't always the ones filled with blood and gore. Sometimes, it's the subtle things, the shadow in the background, the voice on the audio, the feeling of being watched, that linger long after the stream has ended. These moments tap into our deepest fears, the ones we can't quite explain or rationalize away. They remind us that, no matter how much we try to control our environment, there are forces, both human and otherwise, that can slip through the cracks. And yet, for every terrifying moment that's caught on camera, there are countless others that go unseen, unrecorded, and unshared. The world of live streaming is vast, and for every streamer who experiences a brush with the unknown, there are thousands more who never realized just how close they came to danger. Sometimes, it's only in hindsight, when reviewing old footage or reading through frantic chat logs, that the true horror becomes clear. A shadow that wasn't there before, a door that closes on its own, a voice that whispers just out of earshot. These are the moments that haunt us, not because they're dramatic, but because they're real. They're the things that make us double-check our locks at night, that make us hesitate before turning off the lights, that make us wonder if we're ever truly alone. The role of technology in modern fear. Technology has changed the way we experience fear. In the past, ghost stories were told around campfires, passed down through generations as cautionary tales. Today, those stories unfold in real time, broadcast to millions with the click of a button. Live streaming has given us a front-row seat to the unknown, allowing us to witness moments of terror as they happen. But it's also made us more vulnerable. Our homes, once private sanctuaries, are now open to the world. Our routines, our habits, even our fears are on display for anyone to see. And while this can create a sense of connection, it also opens the door to new kinds of danger. Consider the rise of swatting, a terrifying trend in which viewers call in fake emergencies to a streamer's address, sending armed police to their door in the middle of a broadcast. What begins as a prank can quickly turn deadly, as innocent people are caught in the crossfire. Or think about the countless stories of stalkers who use live streams to track their victims, piecing together clues from backgrounds, reflections, and offhand comments. The very tools that allow us to connect with others can also be used to harm us. But technology isn't just a source of fear, it's also a tool for survival. Many of the streamers on our list were able to call for help, warn others, or document their experiences thanks to the very platforms that put them at risk. In some cases, the presence of an audience may have even saved lives, as viewers alerted authorities or provided crucial information in real time. It's a double-edged sword, one that requires constant vigilance and a healthy respect for the unknown. The community response, from memes to movements. One of the most fascinating aspects of live stream scares is the way communities respond. In the aftermath of a terrifying event, viewers often band together, sharing clips, analyzing footage, and offering support to the streamer. Some moments become memes, replayed endlessly with humorous captions, or remixed into viral videos. Others spark serious discussions about safety, privacy, and the responsibilities of both streamers and viewers. In some cases, these moments lead to real change. Streamers may invest in better security, set stricter boundaries with their audience, or even move to new locations to protect themselves. Platforms may update their policies, adding new tools to help users report threats or block unwanted attention. And viewers, too, become more aware of the risks, learning to recognize warning signs and support those in need. But for every positive outcome, there are also darker consequences. Some streamers find themselves the target of harassment, with trolls and skeptics accusing them of faking their experiences for views. Others struggle with the pressure to top their last viral moment, pushing themselves into ever more dangerous situations in search of fame. The line between entertainment and exploitation can be thin, and it's up to all of us, streamers, viewers, and platforms alike, to navigate it with care. The enduring appeal of livestream horror. So why do we keep watching? Why do we seek out these moments of fear, knowing full well the risks involved? Part of it is simple curiosity, a desire to see the unknown, to experience something extraordinary from the safety of our own homes. But there's also a deeper reason. Live stream scares tap into something primal, a shared sense of vulnerability that unites us across time and space. When we watch someone else face their fears, we confront our own. We remember that, no matter how much technology advances, we are still human, still fragile, still afraid of the dark. And perhaps that's the real power of these moments. They remind us that we are not alone, that our fears, no matter how irrational they may seem, are shared by others. That even in the age of instant connection, there are still mysteries left to explore, still shadows lurking just out of sight. And as long as there are live streams, there will be stories that chill us, thrill us, and keep us coming back for more. The human element, streamers behind the screen. Behind every viral clip, every chilling moment, there's a real person, someone who never expected their ordinary day to turn into a nightmare. It's easy to forget, as we watch from the safety of our screens, that the fear we see is genuine. The trembling hands, the shaky voices, the desperate glances off camera, these are not performances, but raw, unfiltered reactions to real danger. For many streamers, the aftermath of a scary incident lingers long after the cameras stop rolling. Some develop anxiety, insomnia, or even post-traumatic stress. Others find themselves questioning their own safety, wondering if it's worth continuing to share their lives with the world. Take, for example, the story of a streamer named Marcus, who became an overnight sensation after a break-in was caught live on his channel. The footage was replayed millions of times, dissected by news outlets and internet sleuths alike. But for Marcus, the experience was anything but entertaining. He struggled to sleep for weeks, jumping at every unexpected sound. Even after moving to a new apartment and installing state-of-the-art security, he found it difficult to relax on camera. The very thing that had brought him fame now felt like a threat, a constant reminder of how quickly things could go wrong. Yet, for some, these moments become a catalyst for change. Streamers like Mia, who survived an intruder scare, have used their platforms to raise awareness about online safety, sharing tips and resources with their viewers. They talk openly about their experiences, breaking the stigma around fear and vulnerability. In doing so, they transform their trauma into something positive, helping others avoid the same fate. The role of the audience, witnesses, and participants. Viewers play a crucial role in these stories. In many cases, it's the chat that first notices something is wrong, a shadow in the background, a a strange noise, a figure moving just out of frame. The collective vigilance of thousands of eyes can be a powerful force, alerting streamers to danger and even saving lives. But this power comes with responsibility. The line between helpful and harmful can be thin, especially when panic spreads through the chat. False alarms, pranks, and overreactions can escalate a situation, making it harder for streamers to know what's real and what's not. There's also the darker side of audience participation. Some viewers are drawn to live stream scares for the wrong reasons, seeking out chaos and fear for their own amusement. They may encourage risky behavior, egging streamers on to explore abandoned buildings or confront potential threats. In the worst cases, they become the threat themselves, using information gleaned from streams to harass or stalk their favorite creators. It's a reminder that, while technology can bring us together, it can also be used to do harm. The ethics of broadcasting fear. As live stream scares become more common, questions arise about the ethics of sharing these moments with the world. Is it right to replay someone's trauma for entertainment? Where do we draw the line between documenting reality and exploiting it? For some, the answer is clear. These moments are a valuable record, a way to raise awareness and foster empathy. For others, they're a form of voyeurism, capitalizing on fear for clicks and views. Streamers themselves are often caught in the middle, torn between the desire to share their experiences and the need to protect their privacy. Some choose to delete or privatize their most traumatic clips, while others embrace their viral fame, using it as a platform to discuss important issues. Ultimately, the decision rests with the individual, but it's a conversation that's becoming increasingly important as live streaming continues to grow. The future of live stream horror as technology evolves, so too will the ways we experience fear. Virtual reality, augmented reality, and new forms of interactive media promise to make live stream scares even more immersive and potentially more dangerous. Imagine a world where viewers can not only watch, but participate in real time, influencing the outcome of events as they unfold. The possibilities are both exciting and terrifying, blurring the line between observer and participant. But no matter how advanced our technology becomes, the core of these stories will remain the same: the human experience of fear, the knowledge that, at any moment, the ordinary can become extraordinary, that the line between safety and danger is thinner than we think, and that, sometimes, the scariest moments are the ones we never see coming. The unanswered questions: what lurks beyond the screen? As we reach the end of our countdown, it's worth reflecting on the mysteries that remain. For every live stream scare that's explained, a prank, a technical glitch, a case of mistaken identity, there are others that defy easy answers. The shadow that moves with no source. The voice that echoes through an empty room. The sudden, overwhelming sense of dread that sweeps over a streamer and their audience alike. These moments linger in our minds, not because they're dramatic, but because they're unresolved. They remind us that, even in an age of high-definition cameras and constant connectivity, there are still things we can't explain. Consider the case of the phantom viewer, a phenomenon reported by several streamers over the years. During late-night broadcasts, some have noticed a mysterious viewer in their chat, an account with no profile picture, no messages, and no history. The number appears and disappears at random, sometimes staying for hours, sometimes vanishing in seconds. Some dismiss it as a bot or a glitch, but others aren't so sure. Stories circulate of streamers who felt watched, who heard their own words repeated back to them in distorted voices, who received cryptic messages after the stream ended. Is it just a coincidence, or something more sinister? The truth remains elusive, adding another layer of unease to an already unsettling world. Then there are the stories that never make it to the highlight reels, the quiet moments of fear that go unnoticed by all but the streamer themselves. The feeling of being watched, the sense that something is just out of sight, waiting. These are the moments that don't go viral, that aren't dissected by internet detectives, but they're no less real. For every dramatic incident caught on camera, there are countless others that play out in silence, leaving only questions in their wake. The power of community, facing fear together. Despite the risks, the scares, and the lingering questions, there's something undeniably powerful about the world of live streaming. At its best, it brings people together, forging connections across continents and cultures. When a streamer faces a moment of terror, they're not alone. Their audience is right there with them, offering support, advice, and sometimes even a lifeline. In a world that can feel increasingly isolated, these moments of shared fear become a kind of bond, a reminder that we're all in this together. Communities often rally around streamers after a scare, organizing fundraisers, sending messages of support, and even helping with practical needs like security upgrades or temporary housing. In some cases, viewers have played a direct role in resolving dangerous situations, calling authorities, or providing crucial information in real time. These acts of kindness and solidarity are a testament to the positive power of technology, showing that, even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. But community can also be a double-edged sword. The same connectivity that allows for support can also enable harassment, doxing, and other forms of online abuse. Streamers must navigate a complex landscape, balancing openness with caution, connection with self-protection. It's a constant dance, one that requires vigilance, resilience, and a willingness to adapt. Lessons learned, staying safe in a connected world. So, what can we learn from these stories? First and foremost, the importance of safety, both online and offline. Streamers are increasingly aware of the risks, taking steps to protect their privacy, secure their homes, and educate their audiences about responsible behavior. Many now use P.O. boxes instead of home addresses, invest in security systems, and set clear boundaries with their viewers. Platforms, too, are stepping up, offering new tools and resources to help users stay safe. But perhaps the most important lesson is this: fear is a universal experience. Whether it's a shadow in the background, a voice on the audio, or the simple knowledge that someone is watching, we all know what it's like to feel vulnerable. By sharing these moments, by facing them together, we take some of the power away from the unknown. We remind ourselves that, no matter how scary things get, we are not alone. The enduring mystery. As we close out our countdown of the top 10 scariest moments caught on livestream, one thing is clear: the world is still full of mysteries. Technology may have changed the way we experience fear, but it hasn't eliminated it. If anything, it's made the unknown more immediate, more personal, and more real. And as long as there are cameras rolling and stories to be told, there will be new moments, new scares, new mysteries, new reasons to keep watching. So, as you sit there in the glow of your screen, maybe you're feeling a little more aware of the shadows in your own room. Maybe you're thinking about the last time you heard a strange noise in the background, or caught a glimpse of something in the corner of your eye that you couldn't quite explain. That's the power of these stories. They don't just entertain us, they stay with us, lingering in the quiet moments after the stream ends. They remind us that, for all our technology and all our knowledge, there are still things out there that we can't control, can't predict, and can't always understand. But perhaps that's not something to fear. Perhaps it's something to respect. The unknown has always been a part of the human experience, from the earliest ghost stories told around a fire to the modern-day chills of a live stream gone wrong. It's what keeps us curious, what keeps us searching for answers, and what brings us together in moments of shared wonder and terror. In a world that can sometimes feel predictable and safe, a little mystery can be a good thing. It keeps us humble, it keeps us alert, and it reminds us that no matter how much we think we know, there's always more to discover. For streamers, the lesson is clear. Be careful, be prepared, and never take your safety for granted. Invest in good locks, be mindful of what you share, and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. And for viewers, remember that you're not just an audience, you're a participant. Your words, your warnings, your support can make all the difference. Together, we create the world of live streaming, with all its risks and rewards. And for everyone, whether you're a streamer, a viewer, or just someone who loves a good scare, remember this: the world is still full of surprises. The next viral moment, the next unexplained event, the next story that keeps you up at night, it could happen to anyone, at any time. Maybe even to you. So, as we wrap up tonight's countdown, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. Whether you're here for the chills, the community, or just the thrill of seeing something you can't explain, I hope you found something tonight that made you think, made you feel, or maybe just made you check over your shoulder one more time before turning out the lights. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share your own stories in the comments below. Have you ever experienced something strange while watching a live stream? Have you ever been the one on camera when something unexplainable happened? Your stories are what keep this community alive, and I can't wait to read them. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world's most mysterious, chilling, and unforgettable moments. We're just getting started, and there are so many more stories to tell. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the scariest things aren't the ones we see, but the ones we feel. The ones that make us question what's real, what's possible, and what's waiting for us just beyond the edge of the screen. Good night, and may your next stream be free of shadows, unless, of course, you're looking for a little excitement. After all, you never know what might be watching or who might be watching you.